This is Pet Life Radio. Let's talk pets.
Hi, welcome to It's a Doggy Dog World. I'm your host, Liz Palika, and with me, as always, are my good friends Petra Burke.
Hello.
And Kate Abbott.
How do?
And you'll hear our commercial in a little bit, but we have a new sponsor, and we're really excited about it. You may have seen some of the previews. There's a new Masterpiece Theater show on James Herriot and his books and his life and his veterinary practice. And I know the three of us read the James Herriot books when we were younger. And
not just once.
No, many, many times. I was just going to say, I wore the pages off of mine. I think I had 2 sets of the books. So we're really, really excited about that they're sponsoring our little podcast. We're just thrilled. But anyway, because of that, we're going to talk about some dog things that we've been thrilled about in the past. Some movies, some TV shows, some books.
Everybody's been staying home and binging.
Yeah, since we're still in COVID and we're still at home, most of us. And I don't watch TV, but I certainly read. And dog books were a staple of mine as I was growing up. So we're going to talk about that.
The James Herriot's book, that they have the distinction of being the only book that I got caught reading behind my textbook in elementary school.
Busted.
Yep, I put that textbook up. It wouldn't take me long to read it, and then I would put whatever I wanted to read. And she knew I was not laughing at the cause of the Second World War when I was over there giggling.
She being
My teacher.
Your teacher or your mother, yeah.
And I'm pretty sure that it was Cedric.
Okay.
Remember Cedric? Cedric was the boxer who farted.
Yes, the farting boxer. I remember him.
And his owner was such a genteel lady.
Yes, an aristocratic lady. Yeah.
And Harriet just James tore himself into knots trying to talk to her about her dog's flatulence.
And diet.
And yeah, I just thought I never could figure it out. Anyway, it was I think that just had me in tears. So,
and they found a home for him with an older gentleman who had no sense of smell.
Her gardener.
Right.
And so she still got to see him, Cedric, a couple times a week, but she brought him. And there's that wonderful scene of they were going to try and breed Cedric.
Oh,
and they brought in a bitch.
Oh, and did he fart?
He had no idea what to do.
Oh.
He just said he gambled around the room, stopping to slurp her ears and then running again. And then finally a daft idea came into his daft brain, but he did it at the wrong end. And the girl had enough and she bit him. And after that, he wouldn't go near her.
That's happened to more than one stunt dog.
Yeah. I can't wait to see the new version of the BBC with Tricky Woo.
Yes, Tricky Woo. The previews that I've seen look absolutely gorgeous because the countryside is, the Yorkshire is so beautiful. It's green and the hills and just absolutely gorgeous.
And you put it all together. His wonderful down-to-earth stories.
Yes.
And descriptions.
Yes.
But, yeah.
There's a few things that I found while we've been locked down. I was just telling Petra and Kate that I got hooked on a cattle farrier's. He trims cattle's feet. Now, I don't have any knowledge of cattle whatsoever.
Never dreamed of owning a cow?
Never dreamed of owning a cow. Have never really been impressed too much by
cows. You just like listening to him.
I just like listening to him. He's Scottish. He's got quite the burr. And he's young. He's married. He's got young kids. And his brother-in-law is his assistant, and he's got an even deeper burr. But anyway, his videos on YouTube, and he's on Facebook, The Hoof GP, his name is Graham Parker, so The Hoof GP, are fascinating. I mean, I've never thought about cattle's feet. But the things that they can do to their feet.
That show the way things are made or how things work. You just sit there going, I never knew I wanted to know this.
Well, and the interesting thing is the comments, too, are just that. One that recently was, I live in the city. I've never even met a cow, but I'm addicted to your videos. And then one of his videos that was recorded, I guess last year maybe, he came to America and the wide open spaces.
Whoa.
God.
And he was in the upper Midwest, and it was in the winter and snow all over everywhere. And well, they get snow in Scotland, obviously, but the wide open spaces, he was just so impressed. Oh my God! And the farms with the cattle. Oh my God!
That's a lot of land, yeah. Probably
So-
put all of Scotland in some of those ranches.
Well, a lot of the farms that he goes to may have 50 cattle or 100. You
In
know,
Scotland?
where in Scotland.
Oh, and then he comes out here.
And then he comes out here where,
100.
1,000 or but he was also talking about how clean the farms were here.
Yeah.
And I have to admit, some of the ones he visits in Scotland, of course it rains probably every day in Scotland.
We don't have as many bogs around here as they do in Scotland.
Yeah, and he talks about the fields being wet and the cattle's feet being wet all the time. But also in the barns, they're often wet all the time.
Mm.
And I'm sure that doesn't do hooves any good. But when he was visiting the American farms, he'd be wandering through and recording with his phone, and he'd turn it to face him, and he'd go, "It's immaculate. It's so clean." But I really got hooked on his videos and learned a whole lot more than I ever thought I'd know about cattle's hooves.
You reminded me too, the new BBC James Herriot, the guy that's playing James Herriot has a Scottish accent. So the original James Herriot
yes,
did.
yes.
So his kids were saying that it was more realistic to them. Even though
yeah.
the other guy did great. The other episodes were great.
Oh, yeah.
Productions were good. But I'm looking forward to finding it. Yeah. So recently, I discovered, I think it was already over with by the time I discovered it, but it was a competition.
Yeah.
So I loved that show, The Amazing Race.
With the people.
Where the people, whole bunch of people, they take them all around the world, have them do contests in different places, whittle them down to the final one.
I never got it. It was like some of the games, the competitions were so stupid.
Well, even if I didn't like the games, I could look at where they were.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
It was like so cool to see where they were.
Okay.
Yeah, just the traveling part.
I was looking at, okay, you're moving all these pumpkins from here to there. Why? That's so stupid.
Okay, so take The Amazing Race, though, and add in a dog per person. And then, they never had to do this, but if they had to move pumpkins from one place to the other, then you'd have to put them in a cart that the dog would have to pull. I mean, it was that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Or you touch
was
your
just
dog
so
to
cool.
get the pumpkin and have him carry it.
There you go. I mean, there was different ways to do it, but they did a lot of scent work.
They did. And these are just everyday, your neighbor's dog. They just sent in a video or whatever. I mean, randomly picked. And a lot of these were just, one guy it was more like his emotional support dog of anything. The one
Well, two
gentleman.
of them were actually, the golden
Yeah.
and the
Then
doodle.
one he was active. I think he was from Colorado, and he and his dog were active. They were out there biking. I mean, they were active. So it was all different.
Suburban mom with her Labrador.
Yeah.
But the cool thing, it was fun.
It
was
was.
fun to watch.
Yeah.
Root, and you felt sad when somebody got kicked off. But then they would do little bits where they would show, okay, in preparation for this episode, we got the dogs used to.
And they had a group of trainers. That was a regular thing.
Rappelling down the side of a mountain. They didn't just take dogs that had never done it and do it. They got them used to the idea. And, the hound with the Rec Specs goggles on all the time.
She had her goggles on.
And they would do little things to point out how they were being safe and careful.
Safety
You
was
said
huge.
You said one of the contestants had to leave because he broke.
He broke
Yeah.
protocol.
There were
Yeah.
quite a few rules. Yeah, safety was huge. And you even saw that the staff, the vets that were there, the people, when they were in each vehicle, remember when they had to dash to get into a vehicle to get to the next destination and all this stuff to get the clue, there was somebody there. They get the dogs in, but there was somebody there to make sure that dog was seat belted in and secure before that car even left.
Yeah.
They were very specific about it.
And there
So
was quite
like
a
a-
bit of preparation.
Like an endurance race for horses with the vet checks and
Yeah.
checking the
Yep.
hydration and
Yep.
so forth.
I mean,
and so on.
Yeah. All the
They
time.
had to get the dogs used to the goggles and the shades and dress up.
Rappelling and then the
Zip line.
zip line.
Zip line. that
Zip
was fun.
line.
But they had the
They'd
dogs.
have to get me ready for it. Never
Yeah.
mind the dog. Bones would be going, cool, let's go. It'd be,
Especially some of the owners were like,
I'm gonna trust in my dog.
Yeah.
Wearing boots and shoes for the dogs. I mean,
I really like the preparation that they did with the group.
and they didn't make a huge deal about it, but every place that they went, they would make a donation to a dog rescue group or something like that in the area.
Good.
And
That
then the
one-
winner,
The one lady that had 1,000 dogs on her
It's,
property.
it's an island and it's quite famous. She has
Yes.
thousands of dogs there.
In
Yeah.
Costa Rica?
Yeah,
Yes,
Costa Rica,
in Costa
that's
Rica.
it.
Yeah. And they ended up donating
They
4
brought a
months,
couple
4
of-
months of food.
They brought a couple of
Truckloads.
semi-trucks in. And
Yeah, they
just
did food
there,
and stuff.
Actually, one of my private training clients went there 6 months ago, whatever, brought a dog back for herself.
Yeah,
wow.
that place has been
Wow.
written up a lot.
Yeah.
But that was
And then the one in Greece for cats, is the same thing, but it's
that
cats
one.
in
Mhm.
Greece.
Yeah. But
The
that's
things
what
that these puppy dogs had to get used to, or at least, and then at the end, the winner got buku amounts of money, but also an equal amount, not an equal amount. They got a large amount to give to a charity of their choice,
Yeah.
which was lovely. So it just had everything. It had dogs and travel and fun adventure and
I know.
charity.
I was like, I want to do that.
Yeah.
Anyway, I haven't heard about another one. I'm like, I want to do that.
Except I don't want to repel. I don't want to zip line. Maybe
This time in life,
maybe they have a
go for
comfy
it.
one.
Yeah. It was easy to get hooked on and binge watch it.
Yeah. So Kate tells me about it. We watched 15 minutes here. We got us hooked. I ended up going on vacation with Kayla, and Kayla and I binge watched all of it. I get back and I'm like, "Oh my gosh, Kate! Do you know what happened?" She said, "No, I didn't finish watching it." I'm like, "Are you serious? You get me hooked and you didn't even finish watching it?
Yep.
In a week."
Yep.
Oh, that was like torture.
But that reminded me of an even older show. It was like Big Brother with
Great.
dogs.
Greatest American Dog?
Greatest American Dog. Yes, they brought in a bunch of people into one big house, and then they would take them out on contests and do stuff like that. And again, they were just, I think one lady was a rally judge, an obedience trainer, and she had a fabulous little dog. But they're just regular people with their dogs. Oh, no, one of them was famous, the bulldog that skateboarded,
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
you know, that famous bulldog. Anyway,
We all see the bulldog skateboarding, but I don't
Yeah,
remember the
I
name.
don't remember his name.
he even had a line
Winston
of
comes to mind,
treats.
but that was another bulldog.
He even had a line of treats out for a while. But anyway, that was a fun show.
The other one I liked also was
American Top Dog?
American Top Dog. Is that right? American Top Dog?
Top Dog. And
Yeah.
that's the competition with law enforcement dogs.
Yeah. Usually, four law enforcement dogs?
Well,
One-
it works down to 4.
No, each one started until you get one winner out of that challenge.
I think you start with 4 law and then one civilian.
Civilian dog. Yeah.
And then they do the first group and they
Challenge.
eliminate.
And
Yeah,
there's one winner
second.
out of that one. Yeah, and then all the groups, and then you get the final group. Whoever wins top dog out of that. That was fun. That was good.
There's some good training going on in there too.
Mm-hmm.
The second challenge was the scent. They would have a whole big area set up
Oh, that
with
maze.
different rooms.
The maze of sense. Yeah, that
And they'd
was
have to go
good.
find the scent in there.
Uh-huh. That was interesting. I liked watching that because I like watching the handler and the dog.
Yeah.
And you can tell real quick which handler and dog had it fine-tuned.
Just
which
like
you can
the
watch
other. I
each
mean,
other.
it's
And
the
others are like,
communication.
I'm like, she said, come on, watch. She's telling me where it is. And the guy said, no, it's over here. I'm like, no, she told you. I'm just
Listen
yelling
to
at-
your dog.
I'm yelling at the TV. My aunt's looking at me going, Patron, they can't hear you. No, but they need to. She told him and he ignored her.
The she being the dog.
She the dog.
Yes.
Sorry, hero.
Well, even the judge's voiceover would be like, he's not noticing the signals his dog is giving him. It's okay. We're not
Yeah, I
upset
got
with
into
you.
that. I got into that one so much.
Mhm. And it was good camaraderie, amongst them as well.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, that was a good
Yeah.
show. Apropos of absolutely nothing, but the ninja one where the people run, Ninja Warrior.
Oh, they run those weird courses where
Where
they
they get
gotta
knocked
leap and
off.
jump
Course. It's all by, no, it's just them. How fast can they go?
Oh,
Yeah.
The ninja lift
and
themselves up.
the weirdest
Yeah.
obstacles ever.
I have no idea why, but Facebook showed me a video of that, and just as the guy was getting ready to start his run, a streaker came along. And I think he did like 3/4 of the course.
Naked?
Yeah, doing a good job
And
of it.
How did this come to your mind
I
now?
don't know. Obstacle courses working together. I don't know.
Oh, okay, so listeners,
Oh my God,
Kate's
Kate.
mind works in
Weirdest way.
I do tend to go off on obscure tangents. But I don't know, the guy was just so out there, and the audience was like, well, he's doing a damn good job.
Let's cheer him on.
Yeah, they did.
Personally, I think that'd be dangerous, but whatever.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's take a break for one of our sponsors. Take a listen. We'll be right back.
Sit, stay. It's a doggy dog world. We'll be right back after a short pause. Well, 4 to be exact.
We have a sponsor this month that we would like to thank, and I want to thank them personally because they're doing something very near and dear to my heart and my childhood memories.
For generations, James Herriot's memoirs, All Creatures Great and Small and All Things Bright and Beautiful, have enchanted animal lovers.
Now, in a set of brand new audiobook recordings, Nicholas Ralph, star of the upcoming PBS Masterpiece series, brings to life the unforgettable world of James Herriot and his menagerie of heartwarming, funny, and tragic animal patients.
Full of charm and wit, the audiobooks are a perfect way to delve into the magical stories of the world's most beloved vet.
The All Creatures Great and Small and All Things Bright and Beautiful audiobooks are now available wherever audiobooks are sold. And don't take them all, because I have to get some myself. Okay, thank you.
Help your dog from the inside out with Caniotic Daily Probiotic for Dogs. Caniotic's superior and exclusive technology makes it the only dog probiotic from the dog for the dog. Your dog's gastrointestinal tract is important to their well-being, and a daily dose of Caniotic is one easy way you can support it. Caniotic, Caniotic, is available on Chewy.com. Add it to your cart today and give it a try.
Let's talk pets
Let's talk pets.
on Pet Life Radio.
Pet Life Radio.
PetLifeRadio.com. We know you're begging for more. So back to It's a Doggy Dog World with your fetching hosts, Liz Palika, and this week's co-hosts, Kate Abbott and Petra Burke.
Welcome back.
Okay. Other shows.
Or books.
Books. Oh.
I grew up on dog books. Dog books and horse books. I mean, that was...
Ladder-dog.
Oh, Labrador.
Yep.
Oh,
Yep.
Big Red, the Irish Setters.
Yeah.
Yep.
Lassie, of course.
Gotta have Lassie.
I never really got hooked on Lassie.
Oh.
No, I got hooked on Rin Tin Tin and the old ones, the
I met
reruns of
Lassie.
Strongheart.
We had good friends who lived a few houses down from the trainer and breeder of Lassie. We went over there one time.
Rudd
Rex.
Weatherwax.
Yeah.
Red Weatherwax.
And saw a litter of puppies.
Oh.
Oh my gosh. And, back then, I don't know how many Lassies this was, but, and you told you that one over there. That's the Lassie that you see on TV. I'm like, oh, they saw a movie star, Mom.
Oh.
I was probably like 7 or 8. They saw a movie star. She's
Big
like, who?
deal.
Lassie. Mom's like, it's a dog. Yeah. It's Lassie. And then the next litter, who knows? Maybe somebody out of there would, carry on.
And of course,
But that was
then
pretty
there's
cool.
the trivia. Lassie was always a
The
boy,
boy.
even though
He
it's
was a
supposed
boy.
to be a girl.
Yeah.
So trivia, do you know
Coat.
why?
The coat?
The coat, yeah, because the girls would shed their coat after each season. The
So they
boy
would
would
just
keep
get-
that lovely collie coat, but they had to make sure that genitalia wasn't visible because Lassie was supposed to be a girl.
There's some joke about those in the know cringing whenever Lassie was asked to jump a fence.
Well, that would make sure Lassie cleared the fence.
A really odd little movie that I loved, though, was Wonton Ton.
Never heard of that one.
It's the German, in the
I have
subtitle,
heard
The German
that.
Shepherd That Saved Hollywood.
Yes. I think I've only...
Was it a spoof on Rin Tin Tin?
Sort of.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sort of. I can't think of the
barely
actress's
remember
name.
that one. But,
The actress who in Frank... No, never mind. Don't go down that path with me. But it was fun. Wonton Ton, the dog who saved Hollywood. Nope. I was just about to say her name, and nope, I lost it again. But again, good training. The Doberman Gang.
Oh, yeah.
There was some great
Yeah.
training in that one.
Wonderful training. Well, and I think that's why I love Rin Tin Tin, because they had that dog doing... Oh, did you ever see the F Troop with Rin Tin Tin?
No.
It was...
Wait, they combined the two?
Yes. Here
here it is. Wonton Ton. Was it Madeline Kahn?
Madeline Kahn! Fabulous Madeline Kahn.
1976.
She was the handler.
Okay.
And Bruce
The
Dern.
trainer.
Art Carney. Oh, there's some Terry Garr.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
I mean, it's not high drama, but it's a fun movie.
Well, the F Troop was a comedy, TV series, half-hour TV series, and I watched it as a kid. And it was a bumbling Army cavalry unit, supposedly out in the middle of nowhere. And they had this German Shepherd, Rin Tin Tin, who was always saving the Army unit because he caught the bad guys. He did all these things. And I remember watching... My mother's dogs were spoiled, rotten little words I can't say on the radio.
Little dogs.
They were horrible little dogs. And because, bless her heart, my mother was not a good dog trainer. Anyway, so I would watch this German Shepherd and laugh at the TV show whenever it was on. And I would watch this German Shepherd and it was like, oh, look at him. Oh my gosh. Which is why when I
was going to say,
left home,
is the reason why I had a German Shepherd.
When I left home, that's why I got a German Shepherd, and the first thing we did was start training.
Tintin was the cause of my first German Shepherd.
Yep. But it was wonderful.
Like those of us that own Jack Russell Terriers tell people that the dog on Frasier, he's the Jack Russell Terrier, but there's more than one, and that's not the way they all work. Yeah.
Well, Pedro and I met the trainer, and she gave us attaboys at our dog's training. Yeah.
Moose. You guys took up training to deal with the fact that it wasn't as easy as turning on a channel to get a well-trained German Shepherd.
Right.
But too many people think that what they see on TV or film is the way all those dogs are.
Yeah, exactly.
All German Shepherds instinctively know how to pull Timmy out of the wheel.
No, that's the collie.
Whatever.
Classy.
But save the bad guy, or catch the bad guys and save the Army unit.
Yep.
And let's see, what other books? I read all the collie books from Lada Dog, that whole family. Big Red, there were a number of books on the Irish setters in that series. I read all those.
Where the red fern grows?
Where the red fern grows. Broke my heart.
Right?
I cried. Oh my God, I cried.
We all decided we don't like movies where the dogs die.
No, once I saw Odioler, I made that a rule. I never see any more movies where the dog dies.
Like, no.
I never saw Bambi as a kid. I was in my 20s, and one of my friends, in fact, she was my maid of honor at my wedding, she found out that I hadn't seen Bambi, and she took me to see Bambi with her daughter, who was probably 4 or 5 at the time. Her daughter and I sat there and
cried,
bawled. His
Yes.
mama died. Oh, there's a fire. Oh,
Just scary.
it was horrible.
Actually scary.
Psychologically scarring.
Yeah.
And it was like, Disney is horrid.
There's about a 30-second fan clip of anime. It's Bambi meets Godzilla.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Bambi's on the beach at an island, just kind of la 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 la, and this big green foot comes down and smashes him. That's the whole thing. That's it. Sorry.
Oh, my God.
I mean, I cried at Bambi, but I have to laugh. I did laugh at Godzilla and Bambi. It was over quick.
But I would
Oh
go
my God.
to the local library and I would browse the shelves with all the horse books. I read all of the Black Beauty books
Yeah.
of the Black Stallion. I read all of those books. Marguerite Henry, Misty.
Chickpea.
And that's why when Paul and I were back on the East Coast, we went to Assateague Island and Chicoteague Island because it was like, yes, we must go there. Can't we come on Labor Day and bring home a pony? No. But I've read all the books. No.
I would have that same bond with that horse.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. And then, of course, what started this whole conversation, the James Herriot. I read all the James Herriot
British. Does anybody else remember Walkies?
Oh, yes, Barbara Woodhouse.
You don't ever saw that, no?
No.
So she was a British trainer, and she had a TV show.
Yes, she did. Black and white. She ran it like a boot camp.
Yeah.
People stood like this, and their dogs were sitting by their side, and she used chain collars.
The loop went over your thumb, the leash crossed your palm, you closed it up, the other hand took up the slack, and you used a chain collar.
And when you went for a walk, the command was, walkies!
I must have been very young or not paying all attention, but I do remember thinking that all of the dogs left at the end of the hour, happy tails, and the people was slumped
beaten
over.
down.
Shoulders.
Beaten down.
Just, oh my God.
She was tough. I don't know if she ever served in the British military, but she was hardcore. She was a tough woman.
I actually went and read her biography.
I did too, many years ago. I don't remember much about it now.
Do you remember her talking about riding cows and jumping the cows?
Yes.
See?
She didn't have access to a horse, so she rode a cow.
Yeah.
She's probably the ones I saw the videos doing that.
Yeah.
Probably.
Probably.
Yeah, they kept sneaking in shows like that.
Yeah. Yeah. But James Herriot, at one point, I swear I had all his books memorized. I could open it and know which dog they were talking about. The one with the older gentleman whose dog had an enlarged testicle and all the other men in the village were laughing at him. And he thought the dogs were laughing at his dog too.
Yes.
Or catching the feral cats, the little old lady who had rescued cats and the cats were all wild and yeah.
And some of them would break your heart. You remember the little boy who was torturing Harriet, just putting firecrackers and, doing all this stuff. And then he gets a dog and he brings it to Harriet to take care of, and the dog has distemper.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
And back in that era, that, of course, killed the dog.
I sobbed. I sobbed on that.
Yeah.
And it wasn't a quick death.
No.
It was one of those long lingering and then finally...
Faded away.
Man.
Yeah.
He actually went and put the dog down at the very end. But and then he described the living conditions that the kid was under that he had no idea about before then. So, it was horrible. But then he'd turn around and make you laugh and giggle.
Yeah. But in that era, that was tough to be a veterinarian. I mean, some of the things he talked about, the end of he was right at the cusp of the old home remedies and the newer medications coming in and trying to convince the farmers, especially the farmers, that this new stuff was better, but they were used to using the old things. And
progress is always a pain in the butt.
Progress is hard, yeah. Yeah. All right, well, lots of reminiscing there.
I need some more TV show ideas. So, listeners, if you have a...
Yeah, we forgot to mention Benji.
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 Well, and the littlest hobo.
Oh, no, the little hobo.
Okay.
No.
Yeah. If you have a
Homeward
wonderful...
Bound and Outward Bound.
Oh, incredible journey. Yes. But I need some more shows. So if you have a favorite show.
Yeah, drop us an email.
Or book. Or audiobook. I'm kind of jealous of this new audiobook being read by the same guy who's playing James Herriot with the Scottish accent.
Oh, yeah.
Reading the James Herriot books.
Yes.
So you can now get an audiobook with the proper Scottish accent. I'm going to have to listen to it.
Yeah.
I'm just,
That's like
It's going to be playing in her car.
yeah. Yeah.
All right, that's it, everybody.
Commute anymore.
I know.
Listen around.
You can find me just driving around the trading center. I'll just keep going by. Not there
Way
yet.
better. There she goes again.
Not at the end of the chapter yet.
Hold on.
We'll talk to you later, everyone. Bye-bye.
Having a rough day? Longing for the dog days of summer? Think your fun furry friend lives a dog's life? Well, find out everything you're begging to know as Pet Life Radio presents It's a Doggy Dog World with pet expert and award-winning author Liz Palaika. Every dog has his day, and you'll find out how to make your dog's day fun and rewarding. Every week, on demand, only on PetLifeRadio.com.